Welcome to Fallout 76. This is Jim. In this video, we're going to take a look at completing daily challenges for today, Monday, February the 17th, 2025. Let's take a look at and see what we got for today. Alright, we got some good ones here. I have many videos on my channel that'll help you guys out to get different ideas, different locations, easy areas, hard areas over there. If you're a brand spanking new player to the game, you're a returning player, even if you're an experienced player, there's a particular daily, weekly challenge that's giving you a hard time or trouble. I'm sure you'll find a video on my channel that'll help you. I try to keep my videos as updated as I possibly can. Of course, you guys are awesome. The great comments and tips are greatly appreciated. First things first, I'd like to apologize for the lateness of the video. I'm working my 12-hour day shift today, and I appreciate everyone's patience and support on these days. It'll be the same thing tomorrow, Tuesday, so just an FYI. I will put the videos out tomorrow, just a little bit later than usual. You're wondering why I have a little bit more score going on than you. As you can see in the top right hand corner of the screen, I have a 25% boost going on right now. Of course, I claimed that right off the current Season 19 Season Pass on 3 pages, a 5%, 10%, additional 10%, equaling 25%. Of course, you can claim that by being a Fallout First member, or by paying the 1,500 atoms for the Season Pass. And as you can see, a little bit of a surprise to me, we did just finish up Double Score Weekend. In typical fashion, we would have Double Score Weekend spill over into Monday. Unfortunately, we don't have it today because it did say till the 17th, which it usually includes the 17th. So unfortunately, we don't have Double Score, but it was good for them to have the Double Score Weekend since Thursday, this February 13th, 2025. So better something than nothing, I guess. Before we get going here, let's go ahead. And we are going to take care of whatever is chomping at the bit here. Okay. Huh. Wow. Little guys do some damage, don't they? Alright. I'm sure my camp's going to be attacked here again here shortly. So let's take a look here. All right. Let's go ahead. Scrap junk to produce cloth 10. So cloth is a junk item that we can use the bulk and scrap method at the Tinker's Workbench. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. Let's go to our Tinker's Workbench here. We're going to go craft. We're going to go bulk. Go to the C section, and to bulk 1 cloth, you need 2 plastic and 30 raw cloth from your stash or scrap box. You go ahead and you bulk your 1 cloth and you scrap it. It's hands down the fastest, quickest, easiest way to complete this daily challenge. More so for the folks that are kind of short on time, or for the people that just like to get things done quick and easy. But again, there's nothing wrong with going out and do things the old-fashioned way. So we can go after burnt books, okay? And when you scrap burnt books, you'll get cloth. And of course, one of the best spots is the house in Summersville on the right-hand side, okay? The only issue with that is sometimes some people will use that to reset their game because there's just so many burnt books in there. So you can server hop this many times and, you know, be unfortunate that you won't find any burnt books there. It's just because people are just cleaning them right out to reset their game. So just an FYI, you can always check it out. We do have some burnt books in the bluish white house across the street from the yellow house upstairs, right across on the main road there. So if you head upstairs in that bluish white house, there'll be a little bookshelf there, and there'll be some burnt books there, as well as if you spawn here at the Overseer's home. But you don't go to the Overseer's home itself. You just take a right, and you'll see like a small blue home, and that is the Overseer's childhood home. You head upstairs, and you should be about 5 or 6 burnt books up there as well. Now, pre-war money, if you scrap pre-war money, again, you'll be able to get cloth there as well. And I do have a video on that as well, locations of pre-war money, and I believe that is in the description. There's a link to a video showing you that. But one of the best spots, of course, if you open up safes, any level safe from level 0 to 3, you'll get pre-war money in it. Cash registers, not all cash registers, it's kind of hit and miss, to be honest. Usually, you can go after some cash registers. There's quite a few of them up here at Wavy Brothers Water Park. Another good source is wolves. Wolves are a good source of pre-war money, believe it or not. If you come across here to Tyler County Fairgrounds, if you're lucky enough, the event called Leader of the Pack, all kinds of wolves there, as well as all kinds of wolves over here at Autumn Acre Cabins, just to name a couple spots there for you. There is a Back on the Beats event that happens here in Morgantown, and usually at the very last door that the robot opens, it's a bank, and there's all kinds of safes in there, as well as lots of pre-war money in there as well. One of the best spots is up here in Collision Course, right by the Morgantown Airport. That is an event you can spawn in yourself, and at the end of that event there is a government aid drop, and there's anywhere from 99 to 101 pre-war money, and you don't even have to do the event. If you go to a public server, chances are it's a very popular event to do. You can come here, you can even server hop it a couple times, and even though you didn't complete the event on those servers, you'll be able to clean out those government aid boxes. The most I've ever seen there at one time was 3, so just an FYI, you can just clean right out. And you can also save some of that pre-war money because you just get so much of it. You just put some in your stash box just for these particular type of challenges. Another thing you do is go after the Mr. Fuzzy plushies. There's a whole whack of them down here at the Camden Park area. They also give you leather and cloth. So let's pop down here today and check it out. And again, many great ways, but if you are short on time, I always recommend the bulk and scrap method. So right here at Camden Park, of course, there's going to be some scorched in here, but we can kind of sneak in here. So it's going to be right in this, right next to this building right here. Kind of sneak in the back way. And inside the building, there'll be but these Mr. Fuzzy plushies. Let's go ahead and grab him and just go item. And as you can see, there are 2 leather and 2 cloth each. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, just like that. Pretty easy. Another one over there as well. It's a really good spot. And actually, that little, you see this little trolley that's kind of turned over on the side. The trolley right over there is usually has about 5 or 6 of them in there as well. It's just an FYI there. All right, so you can go and scrap these anywheres. We're just going to head back to our camp and scrap them. You can go to another player's camp at another train station, what have you. As long as there's a workbench there that you can scrap it, whatever you want to do. Let's run up here real quick. And we will scrap these Mr. Fuzzy plushies here. Alright, there we go, done. Scrap drive to produce cloth, 10 for 10. Again, as I mentioned, bulk and scrap method is where it's at. Alright, what's next here? Alright, let's take a look at this one here. Drink Nuka-Cola Quantum 2. So, if not every day, it seems like every day we talk about these Nuka-Cola Collectron stations. We do have the OG one here in this particular camp. Get this one here in Season 4 or Season 5 now. He will collect passively different types of Nuka-Cola products. As you can see, this guy's got 3 quantums on, which is pretty awesome. Now, he'll also collect the odd bottle or 2, so just an FYI. He will go on sale maybe once or twice a year for 250 to 500 atoms, so just an FYI there. There's another variation of this, of course, if we go to our build menu in the resource tab. Right down here. Maybe past it. This guy right here, the Nuka-Cola Quantum Collectron. Very similar to the OG one here. Now, this guy we got in Season 11 scoreboard when the Nuka World on Tour first came out. In addition to Nuka-Cola products and bottles, he'll also collect nuclear waste and purified water, so just an FYI. When he goes on sale once or twice a year, he's usually bundled with other things. Now, I believe we can get the OG one with gold bullion. If you come down here to Foundation, you can buy it from Samuel for 1250 gold bullion, but I believe you must have a reputation of at least cautious with the settler, so just an FYI there. Now, we can find Nuka-Cola Quantum in various locations for free in the game. I know myself, you guys have watched me kind of play along here. I found the Nuka-Cola machine that's up here at Philippi Battlefield Cemetery. It's a pretty decent spot for Nuka-Cola Quantum. Right down here at the Green Country Lodge in Flatwoods and around the swimming pool area, that Nuka-Cola machine is pretty decent as well to have one Nuka-Cola Quantum. I'm not saying every time, I'm saying I usually have pretty good luck on servers. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Downstairs in the basement of the Charleston Capitol building, the one that's level 50 full of ghouls, usually the one down there is pretty decent. And believe it or not, on top of the kill box where we have that skeleton with all those Nuka-Cola bottles, usually there's a Nuka-Cola Quantum up there as well, just to name a couple of spots. Now there is another good spot is right up here at Fraternity Row. Of course, it is the Etta Psi House. Let's pop into here again today. So I find this spot up here is a 100% guaranteed spawn. However, there are a couple factors to consider, and I'll talk about that here in a second. Of course, it is the Etta Psi House, one with the blue door. It is the one with the Nuka-Cola bedroom downstairs in the basement. And we'll get in here real quick to avoid those ghouls there. Alright, it's funny. It didn't show up here today. So the Quantum is usually right here, but we got mostly everything else, but there's usually an orange here too. So the couple stipulations is I never pick these up. Okay, I usually show you guys, on these private servers that I'm on, that sometimes they just don't spawn in, okay, because I don't pick them up. If you do pick them up on your gameplay, very similar to other things that you pick up, just like how we picked up that bowl and those caps yesterday during our daily challenge video, I'll have to reset my game by picking up 250, 255 items, okay, because everyone has a different limit, okay? And that's what I talked about with those burnt books in Summersville. A lot of people reset their game because there's just so many burnt books in there. All right, so just an FYI. And the third thing is if you're on a public server with other people, it is a very popular spot where there's a good chance that this place will be cleaned right out. So you just got to kind of keep those three things in mind, okay? So at the end of the day, you don't have a Nuka-Cola Collectron station, okay? You can't find Nuka-Cola products to save your life, all right? And even down here, Nuka World on Tour, rare, okay? We can buy them at the end of the day. So let's go to the front door, the White Spring Resort, this icon right here. So let's pop in here. Of course, we're going to go right inside. All right. And we're going to head up the stairs. We're going to take a right, go through the tavern, go through the medical bay, go to the big white open area where the responders are. We're going to hang a left with a little store where Giuseppe sells things for stamps. And we have good old Bubbles here. And Bubbles here will sell a Nuka-Cola Quantum for 60 caps. So just an FYI, let's go ahead and buy him. Now we can server hop this all day long, even if you're on public servers. And Bubbles will always have this inventory, okay? So just an FYI, as long as you have the caps, you can just fill your boots, okay? And the reason why I buy it from Bubbles, because I want to show you that the inventory that Bubbles has does not tie into the inventory of the vending machines, which are right down here at Nuka World on Tour, which is also a free fast travel once when you discover it. So let's pop down here. And again, you can do that little run that I usually show you guys, right where you spawn in and wait for us to get in here. So sometimes this Nuka-Cola machine here is pretty decent, but there's some more Nuka-Cola machines that really literally on the other side of this cliff here. And you can always try them. I have seen Nuka-Cola Quantums in there as well. But the vending machines are right down here. And this is what I recommend, even for the orange and the grape and the wild and the twist. Just buy them at the end of the day. Unless you have a Nuka-Cola Collectron in every camp like I do, okay? You might as well just buy them, all right? So here's the vending machines here. Look at that, Quantum, 60 caps. All right, and again, you can server hop this all day long. And as you can see, the inventory is not tied into Bubbles' inventory. All right, so that's why I buy them, just to kind of show you on the same server. So you can just, stay on the same server without having to server hop. All right, let's go ahead. We're going to drink our Nuka-Cola Quantum here. All right, done, just like that. Nice. All right, let's see what's next here. Let's go ahead, kill a Wendigo. Many great spots we can find Wendigos in around the wasteland. Pretty good chance here in Lewisburg. I would say maybe 50% chance here at Hornwright Air Purifier site. Sometimes it's a bloated glowing one. 25% chance here at Three Ponds. Sometimes you'll find an ant down there. Right over here, the Dark Hollow Manor. I believe it's on the west side, but there's a glowing Wendigo down there. Usually, like 99% of the time. Haven Church, pretty good spot for Wendigo. Of course, we have the good old Wendigo Cave. Now, this is a little bit higher level area. Lots of cave crickets, lots of Myalurk and Myalurk Kings in there, so you just got to be careful. It's a little bit of a maze in there, too, so just an FYI. Alright, so let's take a look here. Let's go right to Lewisburg, seeing how it's just up the road from us. Let's go ahead here. Alright. Let's lock and load here, Jimmy. Now, you should be right on the main street here. Now, sometimes the game likes to substitute a Wendigo for a petrified or purified, bloated, glowing one, whatever they're called. So just kind of keep that in mind. That's why I try to give you guys as many options as possible. But there's our glowing Wendigo right there. Or no, he's ravenous, sorry. There we go, nice, just like that. Alright, it's always good to kind of collect from the Wendigo, because the Wendigo always has good stuff on them, like a lot of good stuff. I just saw the fiberglass there, the loose screws and loose springs. Look at that pre-war money. Look at that, 5 of them, so you can scrap that. There we go. Sweet. Now, sounds like I'm pretty hungry there, so let's get something to eat while we're here. We'll just eat some, yeah, get this ribeye steak here, why not? There we go. Let's get back up here. Jeez. Oh, jetpack's not working too well today, is it? Alright, let's see what's next. Cripple mole miners head 2. So again, you find mole miners all around the wasteland. A bunch of them here in Welsh. Now down here in the ash heap, you have these hornwright testing sites, these little buildings here. Now you'll sometimes come across an event called Breach and Clear. Now sometimes there will be mole rats there, like maybe about a half a dozen, but it's dominantly enemy there is the mole miner. So just an FYI, you can complete an event at the same time and take care of those mole miners. And even if you have want some mole rats, and there's some mole rats in there as well. So that's a pretty good little event there. All kinds of mole miners here in Blackwater Mine, like lots of them inside and outside. Good old Monadga, anywhere from 12 to 19. Maybe 3 up here, Monadga Mine, so just an FYI. Many great options there for us. Let's stick to the ash heap here, and we'll just pop down to Welsh. Let's actually go to Welsh Station. Alright. So we're just not killing these mole miners. What are we doing to them? We are crippling the mole miners head 2. So you go ahead and free aim, if you so wish. Definitely nothing wrong with that. Or you can use VATS like myself. You do use VATS as a perk card that will help you out. It is under perception. It is called Concentrated Fire. Allows you to move your VATS around from head, torso, arms, and legs. So just an FYI. You guys see me do that all the time. Now, not all weapons are created equal when you're trying to cripple, as you guys can, as you guys see during each and every one of my videos. I find most ballistic weapons are pretty decent. Plasma caster, plasma rifle, bow and arrow, crossbow, the drill, but you must have a tanky build or power armor on because you can get up close and personal. Shotgun with the Enforcer perk card under agility, that works quite well. Alright, let's get our sneak on here. We're locked and loaded. Alright, let's get aim for the head here.
Greetings, members. We've once again found ourselves in need of exterminators. Proceed to the
There we go.
site.
Nice.
That is all.
That is all. I love it. Love it. Alright. Well, while we're here, Complete an event while well-fed 1. Good stuff. So if you take a look at the description, you'll come across a link to a video called Complete Events for Newbies. Okay? You don't have to be a newbie to watch the video. I made the video because we all been on those servers where we come across events that we just can't do or don't want to do. And we also been on those private ones like I get on most times where there's just not a whole lot going on. Okay? Now, not every event, but some events we can spawn in on our own, and we can spawn them in on private servers, public ones. You guys have seen me do it both ways, but I try to spawn in mostly the events that we can spawn in on that video. Okay, so you can check that out if you so wish. At the end of the day, if you are trying to find an event and you're in a hurry, you need to get going with family or your school or your job, you can always claim a workshop, any workshop on the map. And about 3 minutes later, you'll have to defend that workshop, and that also is included as an event. And even if that workshop doesn't belong to you and you're on a public server, if you help defend it, it also is considered an event. And people have even mentioned to me that if you get on a server and you have these caravans down here, if you help out with that caravan, or if that caravan is yours, that is also considered as an event. So just an FYI. Now, it's just not good enough to do an event. This one here, we have to do it while well fed. Okay? Now, if you're new to the game, you're not too sure how to figure that out, you open up your Pip-Boy, you go under Stats, you go under Effect, and you keep scrolling down. As you can see there, it says, for me, I'm fully fed, 97%. Now, well fed, I've seen it get as low as 63%, so just an FYI. So you can be well fed or fully fed. But if you try to do this in the event without being well fed or fully fed, it's not going to count. Okay, it's one of the stipulations for this particular challenge, okay? So either well fed or fully fed, you're good to go. Let's take a look at the map here. And again, not a whole lot going on. We have, look at that, there's Back in the Beat right there. We just talked about that a little bit earlier, looking for pre-war money. That event could be a little long. That's the only thing. Surface to air. What else we got here? Oh, we got a wolf horde. Okay, that's pretty decent. Wolf horde's always good, or any type of horde. Usually the horde leader is a legendary, so FYI, that's a good one to do. And of course, we have this Enclave one, which is right down here in Welsh, and this one here kind of picks up in other places. So let's go ahead here. We might as well, while we're here, let's go ahead. Come on, baby, am I gonna make it yet? Oh yeah, good stuff. All right, let's go ahead here.
Signal detected. Activate additional signal sources to initiate extermination protocols.
Oh, I'm stuck.
All array components engaged. Activating targeting protocols. Please stand by.
Uh-oh.
User intervention required. Temperature error detected. Please approach array components.
Wow, look at these guys. So the one thing with this event, as you can see in the top right hand corner of the screen, it is time sensitive, so just an FYI.
Requested to decompression detected. Immediate repair requested.
Temperature anomaly corrected.
Requesting
Resuming
immediate
remote
user
connection.
support. Signal strength failure detected. Signal boost procedure required.
Yeah, keep whiffing me there, boys.
Component bypass detected. Resuming function.
System orientation complete. Signal broadcast active.
Alright, retreat to a safe distance. Let's go ahead here.
Immediate evacuation required. Repeat. Please retreat to a safe distance immediately.
There we go. There she goes. There she blows there. And you can spend, like, enclave events like this a real blast. It happens in various locations around the map. You can spend, like, a lot more time, you know, clearing the areas of enemies. Good way to get some XP. Gives you a couple lunch boxes.
Elimination of remaining hostile targets. Authorized.
God.
Specified hostiles.
Nice.
Eliminated. Infestation.
Beautiful.
Cleared. Thank you for your participation.
Alright, sweet. Alright, what's next? And I guess the main thing is I mentioned well-fed or fully fed. That one. Let's go ahead, take a camera picture of an Eyebot 1. Okay, so we can find Eyebots in a few locations on the map. There's usually a couple in around Beckley. There's usually a couple in around the Arctos Pharma. That's actually a pretty good spot, especially for low level. Usually a couple in around Grafton. And I believe right down here, Robco Research Center on the inside of the building. FYI. And actually one more spot. Good old Clarksburg. Yep. Let's pop up the Clarksburg. We haven't been up here in a little bit. Got some reports that those robots think that they own the place. So let's, again, the lower section will have ghouls, but we're going to stick to the upper section, okay? Just an FYI. So this one here, take a camera picture of an Eyebot 1. So we must use the Pro Snap Deluxe camera. If you try going photo mode, it's not going to work. Okay? You have to use the Pro Snap Deluxe camera, and the Eyebot can either be destroyed or, you know, roaming around, whatever. Let's go to the upper section here, if I can get past this tree trunk. Now, sometimes there's an Eyebot inside that building, the hardware store, but we're going to stick to the outside here.
Approach and identify yourself.
And we're going to take care of some of these robots while we're here. And of course, looking for an Eyebot. We'll never find one, but we'll keep checking around here. Usually the Eyebots kind of go around and look for you. Huh. Right there. Perfect. So usually there's about, I would say reliably, at least 3 Eyebots here. Okay? So we're pretty good here now. Alright, so you do have to do this fairly quick, because I find what happens is these Eyebots will disappear. As compared to Protectrons and Mr. Handies, they'll turn into like a little pile of rubble. Okay? But yeah, so we have to be quick with the Eyebots. So again, if you try using photo mode, which is this way, it's not going to work. Okay? You have to use a Pro Snap Deluxe camera, which is, of course, a weapon here in the game. There we go. So you have to make sure whenever you're using the Pro Step Deluxe camera, you see how it says Eyebot in the top right-hand corner of the screen? Watch when I kind of move it, you see how it kind of disappears? You have to make sure it has that in the top right-hand corner of the screen. Let's go and take a picture. There we go. Take a camera picture of an Eyebot, 1 for 1, done, just like that. Now, I do have a video on the channel, and I believe it's actually the first video when you actually go right on the Jim McSteel YouTube page of how to obtain this Pro Snap Deluxe camera. Now, I highly recommend that once when you do, you take good care of it. Because if you drop it by mistake, good luck getting it back. Because it'll destroy itself. Alright, so just enough way, always take care of your Pro Snap Deluxe camera. Because I do know of people who are like over level 600 and they don't have a Pro Snap Deluxe camera because they had accidentally dropped theirs in the past. And I don't know anyone who's ever been able to successfully get a Pro Snap Deluxe camera for a second time, for whatever reason. Oh, excuse me, jeepers. Excuse me about that. I don't know how long my mic has been off. Hopefully it wasn't off for too long. Wow, I had shut it off real quick because I was just having a little coughing spree there, and I apologize for that. Holy mackerel. So I'll start over again. Here's our Eyebot, and we are here in Clarksburg, just one of many places. And I can't quite remember where geez. So the Eyebots, we'll just start over again, right? So there'll be some Eyebots down here in Beckley. Probably one of the best spots for Eyebots is right here in Arctos Pharma. There'll be some Eyebots possibly on the inside of Robco Research Center. But also up here in Clarksburg, but the upper section. Okay. And when it says to take a camera picture of an Eyebot, it has to be a Pro Snap Deluxe camera. If we try going photo mode, it's not going to work. Okay. So if we try, off your main map page here, if you try going photo mode, it's not going to work. Okay. It has to be the Pro Snap Deluxe camera, which is this bad boy right here. Okay. And as you saw, see how it says Eyebot in the top right corner of the screen? Watch when I kind of move it away. See how it kind of disappears? So you have to make sure it has that description at the top right corner of the screen. Now, I find you have to be quick with the Eyebot because as compared to other robots, I find the Eyebots disappear very quickly, where other robots will turn into like a little pile of rubble. Right? So just an FYI. I do have a video, actually, when you go right to the Jim McSteel YouTube page, it's probably the first video that's up there. And I go through the paces of how to obtain the Pro Snap Deluxe camera. And it's all time-stamped. You can check that. I just made it just this past year, 2024. But the main thing with the Pro Snap Deluxe camera I always recommend to people is you have to take care of it. If you drop it by mistake, it'll destroy itself. And always be careful. Keep good care of it. I don't know of anyone who's been able to get a Pro Snap Deluxe camera for a second time. Like, I don't know anyone. So just an FYI. And again, I really apologize. I just happened to look down on my mic and it was red. I'm thinking, wait a minute. How long has that been red for? So hopefully, wow. See, that's what happens when you work shift work, right? And you're getting home from work. You try to do this stuff here. It's just like, oh, man. Yeah, it doesn't happen very often, but it has happened in the past. And I apologize for that. Wow. All right. All right, last one. Collect wood, 5. So many great spots we can find wood here in the wasteland. I find the forest area a very good spot, especially in between the Wayward and Flatwoods. Okay, a really good spot just on either side of this little river here, okay? Lots of down trees here. I find even Skyline Valley region a really good spot for down trees as well. And right here in Helvetia, we have the yellow house, which is on the right on the main street on the corner. Has a nice little stockpile of wood just out behind that yellow house. And probably one of the best stockpiles of wood is right up here at the Prickett's Fort. A nice another neutral area, fairly close to Crater, which is a free fast travel. Again, huge supply of wood. It's great for if you're looking to, build a camp or modify a camp, etc. And I always recommend to use the perk card. It's not going to help you so much with this daily challenge, but the perk card will be under luck, and it's called a woodchucker. You definitely don't throw this guy out. So you collect twice as much when harvesting wood. So when you harvest wood, you'll get 2, 4, 6, or 8. And with this perk card, you just get double those results. Right, so just an FYI. So let's go to Helvetia. And we'll check out that yellow house. Talk about it all the time. Yeah. Yeah, I apologize if I'm going to have to... I obviously kind of go through the video there, but I'm thinking... I don't think it was on. I think it was just for that challenge for the Eyebot. I'm glad I looked down. Saw that it was red. Because, as you guys know, I have acid reflux at times, and some days is worse than others. It doesn't matter what I take. And I usually just kind of quickly tap my mic. I have one of those Elgato mics. I just kind of tap it on the top. But I must not have tapped it there. All right, so here's the yellow house here in the corners I always talk about. And here's the wood. So when we harvest wood here, as you can see, watch the top left-hand corner of the screen. 4 scraps, but we only get credit for 1, right? But the woodchucker's not going to help us out with the challenge, but it'll help you out getting wood in the long run if you're looking for that. And as you can see, there's a huge stockpile here. We haven't even put a dent in it. All right, so that's pretty good. Pretty good. And we're done, just like that. Let's head back to the camp here, and we'll go over weapon of the day. Gosh, I feel really bad about that. Man, I feel bad. Together always. Yeah, right on there, Scorched. Get the words right out of my mouth. All right. Weapon of the day here, Jim. Two-shot suppressed Gauss pistol. +1 projectiles, +25% damage, +50% critical damage, +15 bonus VATS critical charge, bullets explode for 15% weapon damage, has a hardened receiver, suppressed barrel, drum magazine, reflex sights, default appearance, 151 × 2 damage, 2mm EC cartridges, and as you guys can tell, it is charging. All right. And just like any pistol, nothing real special for the perk cards here. Under agility, we have Master Gunslinger, Gunslinger, Expert Gunslinger, all maxed out. White Knight, Adrenaline, Demolition Expert, Science Master, Suppressor, Fireproof, Tank Killer, Crackshot. Crackshot's a good one for pistols. Concentrated Fire, Grenadier. We have these random luck cards that randomly popped up when they're being activated, which you saw during the event that we did. These legendary perk cards, these don't change for me. They all stay the same, and I'm pretty happy with them, and they're all maxed out. So tomorrow will be Tuesday. We'll have our daily challenges, weekly challenges, and the Atomic Shop to go over. The videos will be a little bit later than usual because of my 12-hour day shift, and I appreciate everyone's patience and support on those days. And once again, I really apologize for muting the mic there. I hope it wasn't off for too long, but I try to be make it as smooth as possible, kind of thing. And yeah, there you guys go. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe, and share when you get the chance. It really helps me out. I'd like to thank my channel members, Artistically Arranged, Michael Edwards, Nigel Wiffen, Heather, Whitetribe, Mr. Shelton, Drake Stamps, Mr.Prince, Not Me But Me, Yes Me That's Me, Drew, Andrew, Demon, Confoundedbridge, Corne van Niekerk, Ben Durant, John, DJ59. Thank you all so very much, and I hope you all have a nice day.